All right, welcome back to episode number 3. This is entitled The Week of Thanksgiving. So, hopefully, you guys all had a Thanksgiving that is to be remembered, enjoyed it with loved ones, friends, and/or family. So, here's hoping for the best for every one of you. And let's see. Eagles and Rams game. My wife and I went to that on November 24th, which was over a week ago. And actually, this time we did get there early. Last year, it was for my wife's birthday in October, and we got there maybe, I want to say, maybe a little bit mid or a little bit closer to the first quarter ending, but same result as last year when the Eagles visited the Rams in LA. The Eagles won that matchup last year, and they won it again this year soundly. And it was awesome. This time we got there early. I was explaining to my wife that you're gonna see these guys out on the street selling vodka, beers for like $5, maybe $3 for a shot, and she goes, "No, no, we're not gonna see that." And bam, they were right there. People tailgating, which was awesome. Great thing I saw was that not a lot of fighting before the game. You know how people get rowdy because they love their teams. I'm not an Eagles fan. I am not a Rams fan. I am a Carolina Panthers fan since day one, uh, 30 years and going strong. And recently, I'm a Chargers fan because they're in LA. I like the powder blue jerseys that they wear. And hopefully, they don't flip flop, move. Hopefully, they can stay in LA for as long as they can. But that'll be my AFC team. So I got an NFC team, Carolina Panthers, AFC team. Oh, wow, I was going to call them the San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers. But yeah, that was before the game started. People were having a good time. A lot of trash talking between both sides, but it was all in good fun from what me and my wife observed. Once we got to our seats, it's funny because I've been to SoFi Stadium 3 times. This football game would be my second football game there, and the initial visit was for WWE's WrestleMania that was held there, I believe 3 or 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm not too big on WWE, but it was a lot of fun. I want to say it was last year. Cody won this year. Yeah, I think it was last year, but and it was just an amazing experience. Funny enough, I'm always in that vicinity of the 500s. Um, Great rowdy crowd. People are always energetic when you're so-called, in the nosebleed sections. But it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it, and who doesn't? If you love football, you're gonna have a great time. My wife does. She's the Eagles fan. I am not, but I go there to support her, and I hope everybody else does the same. And damn, beer was fucking expensive. Um, I had 3 Steve Weisers, the Stone Cold Steve Austin American Lagers, and oh man, uh, I just downed them like nothing, and I didn't feel anything. To be honest with you, maybe they were watered down, or I don't know how long they've been in that fridge. But I love the great taste of that. I wish they had their IPA one, but this one still, mwah, I would highly recommend anybody who likes beer to go out and get a pack. You can get them at Bevmo or any location that sells them. But yeah, pretty expensive beer. We had I believe we had a hot dog towards the end. Not too bad. They were kind of overly priced. Maybe we should have waited for the LA dogs out there with the wrapped bacon and everything. I should have waited because now they sell. Who knew? But they take your Zell. They'll take it however they want. And funny thing was, we're leaving the game early because it was pretty much of a blowout, like near the fourth quarter. We're walking by, and then some guy says, "Hey, LeBron is this," and he's He says LeBron is a you know, you know, you call him a fag, all right, and weak. And he kept saying that. I guess this guy was drunk. He was right behind us. Me and my wife were walking towards the car, and his friends and his buddies were like, "Oh, dude, you're gonna offend somebody." So I just kind of went, my wife. My wife just saw my face and she goes, "Oh my god, you're gonna say something, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, the guy's just trying to have fun." Granted, some people might take it the wrong way. Certain people out there, they're not, uh, they don't have a sense of humor. Because this guy was drunk, and for all I know, he was just trying to get his buddies just to talk about something. And I kind of understood where he was coming from. So what I did was kind of like, you know, pander to him, and I just said, "Yeah, I go to both," and he goes, "To which one?" And he repeats himself, and I go, "Yeah, I think he's not the greatest of all time." Like, I think they were talking about a discussion about him being a goat or something like that, and then uh, he starts getting political. I won't go there, but all I got to say is that he said something about Trump, and all I said was, "Hey, man, people who voted for him, they can vote for whoever they want." I just told him, I just hope because of the color of my skin, I don't get deported. And they just started laughing. And I thought so too. It was a good joke. Taking it out of context, some people might be like, "Oh, you're this and that." I'm like, no, no, no. The guy was just trying to have a good time with his buddies, even though he was drunk. But I get it. Sometimes people who get a little too drunk, get a little too rowdy, they might say something that might offend someone. But I don't think he did that to offend anybody. I believe that he was just trying to get something out of his friends, so he can start talking. Because that's what sometimes people do when they're drunk. They wanna, they just want to talk, no matter what it is. It could be stupid. It could be, in this case, it could be offensive. Because some people might find that offensive, but I didn't. I just went along with it. The guy was really cool. Even if his friends were like thanking me, just kind of like, "Oh, thanks, man. Like, you're really cool. You're really chill." And I think that it just comes down to that, dude. You just got to talk. Some people are going to take it seriously. Some people are going to, and then in my case, they were pretty chill about the whole situation. And I was too. It didn't really matter. I'm just like, this guy's just, drunk. It's fine. It's all in fun. And I had fun. And then we walked away. Um, and then we saw I guess it was a couple. It was a man and a woman. One of them was I want to say the boyfriend was the Rams fan. The girlfriend was a Eagles fan, and they had an extra friend out there who was a Rams fan. But she was talking a gang of shit. She was talking about like, "Oh, fuck the Eagles," you know, on and on and on. And her and I guess they were like family members, but her and the girl with the boyfriend, they were kind of going back and forth. And basically, my wife noticed that, and she just said, "Hey, let's just cross the street." So good call. My wife has a good sixth sense in regards to that type of stuff. We crossed the street, went to the other side, and as we're walking kind of like parallel to each other, we kind of take maybe like a few steps forward, and then all of a sudden we just hear, "F you, you fucking Rams fan." I'm like, "Oh my fucking god." We turn around, and then people just start swinging, and they get in a little scuffle, they get in a little fight, and there's a bunch of Eagles fans in front of us, and they're like, "Jesus Christ, she's probably from LA." I wouldn't doubt it. Um, but yeah, it's something, when you cheer on your team, that's one thing, but to get in a physical altercation, either because one, you're drunk, or you feel like you owe this team something. No, you don't. These people are professional players. One thing, they can care less if you get sick. They can care less if you get a fucking car accident. They can care less if you were in a car accident wearing their fucking jersey, and you have a, I don't know, a fucking autograph signed ball that you paid so much money for them, and they wouldn't give two shits. Seriously, they don't care. They're thankful that you're cheering for them, but I don't see how you backing up a team and fighting for them proves that you're a loyal fan. I mean, you're loyal, you're buying all their stuff, but then that's as far as it goes. But at the end of the day, you want to act a fool, you want to get in a fight, that's on you. I mean, a few weeks ago, some dumbass, like, what was he, like 6'2" or some stupid shit? Ravens fan beating up on another team. I don't know who the hell they were facing, but it was all over social media. And then guy picks on two guys who are way smaller than him. I mean, I'm small, but fuck, I would have beat. Uh, I'll say it right now. Like he would have kicked my ass, but I would have put up a good fucking fight. But in the end, this guy lost his job, and yeah, when you want to act a fool, what's that saying? Play stupid games to get stupid prizes. Well, there you go. Hopefully, there's no real bad consequences to what happened to those two people, or four, because it involved a male and a female, and then the male had to jump in, like literally, like it was fucking nuts. But yeah, please, if you are a fan, just let it be. Just go there, talk your shit, and just leave. Just leave, uh, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, they really don't care. They don't care who you are. They don't even know who you are to begin with. You're you know, I hate to break it to you, including myself, we're just fans, and that's it. So don't get nervous around them. Don't treat them like they're gods or anything. They're there for our entertainment, and that's it. And that's it. They're there for our entertainment, even though they do put their bodies on the line. They do deserve some form of respect, but at the end of the day, they're not paying my bills. I'm not getting in a fight with somebody because I think I've learned my lesson. I went to a Kings game a while back. I like the Anaheim Ducks, and this was in the mid 2000s. Went to a playoff game. Kings were hosting. I had a friend. Her name was Leslie, and she invited me to go see the playoff game with her. I think her husband was doing some overtime or something. I forget why, but so I went. You know what? I'll go with you. Wore my Ducks jersey. Some guy was talking shit like maybe two seats behind me when the Kings went up. And then it was like, I believe 2-0 was the score. And, he's like talking so much shit. And I turn around, I'm like, hey, dude, just shut the fuck up, Because at first it started with throwing trash at me. I felt it. Back of my head, boom. It's fucking rolled up fucking napkins and shit or something. It was wet. So it just like, bah, like a giant spitball basically hitting the back of my cranium. So that kind of pissed me off. But my friend Leslie was telling me, hey, just relax. And she kept apologizing. She didn't have to apologize. She doesn't have to apologize to the jack off behind me. But as the game progressed, I think the game became tied. And, I look back, I'm like, hey, it's 2-1. And he's like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. All right, it was 2-2. And then I believe, I think the Ducks ended up winning that night. And, well, the guy was talking a gang of shit, and I just go, "Hey, look, what does that say? I don't know. Does 3-2? Does that mean that they won? Like, I don't know. Half of you LA fans can't read for shit, So, and then it wasn't even him; it was the entire crowd. Since I was like the only one wearing the Anaheim Ducks jersey, I felt in that section. I had beer thrown at me. I had like hot dogs thrown at me, like anything that was like anything, you name it. Like, so I got drenched in beer, even though my friend, she was wearing her Kings jersey. They ignored her, but they were just like, oh, whatever, but they were just attacking me, even going outside the goddamn stadium at Staples Center, which is built for the Kings, not the Lakers. The Lakers don't have a real home. They share it. They share it with the Los Angeles Kings. The Staples Center is a hockey stadium, not a basketball one. So yeah, as you can tell, not a Laker fan. Piss off. So I go outside the stadium. I have like these women, like fucking adults, pointing at me saying, fuck you, hope you die, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm still alive. I didn't die, so whatever. Your hex didn't work, or your biblical bullshit, because they were chanting some fucking weird thing. It was really fucking disgusting. People threw like a fucking cigarette at me, like a bunch of shit. I was like, wow, Okay. My friend just Leslie, she apologized for the whole situation. I go, no, it's fine. Um, I just know for a fact, like, one, the Ducks aren't gonna fucking pay my cleaning bill for my fucking jersey. I had to do that myself. Two, they don't care. Bottom line, like if somebody were to hit me, put me in the fucking hospital, do you think they would give a shit? No, unless the media gets in on it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess we got to care about this motherfucker," stupid fuck. They're gonna say something. He's either stupid or dumb going into a rival's home turf and blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. Just know, just cheer. Try not to get drunk. Try not to pick any fights because in the end, it's not worth it. So, um, uh, I hope, I hope that in the future, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna change. People are gonna act stupid. Here's me to hoping that people actually fucking change sometimes, but no, some of them don't, and it's just kind of dumb. Just stop drinking. Just stop drinking. But yeah, well, that's that. Reason why I'm a Carolina Panthers fan is one, don't like the Raiders. I'm not silver and black. Uh, Rams, they were here in LA. They jumped shift and took their ball to St. Louis, which is a if you move to St. Louis and you won a championship over there, just because you have the name Rams in your team doesn't mean you were in LA when all that great success happened. That happened in St. Louis. Keep that shit over there. Throw down can't even talk because I'm so mad. Um, Take down that stupid banner from that year with Kurt Warner, who's arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks that I've ever seen. Greatest show on turf. Take that fucking banner down. It doesn't belong to LA. It belongs to St. Louis, and that is it. That'll be my closing argument on that shit right there. Um, but Panther fan. Well, I didn't have a team. I was kind of floating around. I kind of like the 49ers, but they were up north. They were up in San Francisco. So, yeah, for a minute there, I was a Frisco fan. Oof. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for like about a year or two, I was a fucking Cowboys fan. Ugh. Guess I rode the winning streak uh, with like Emmett Smith. Troy Aikman was dope. I liked him because he was from UCLA. Go Bruins. And let's see. I like the Bears. My dad used to live in Chicago, so that was kind of like a given to me. And like Jim Harbaugh, Captain Comeback. So all of them for a bit, but then like in the 94-95 season, the Carolina Panthers were introduced to the NFL. And then I just said, fuck it, I'm going to stick with these guys. First overall pick for them, Kerry Collins, number one. Uh, Dude, Tim Batuka. I mean, I can go on, but do I really want to? I mean, you guys want to hear me? But maybe. I don't know. I want to hear me. But yeah, great memories. A lot of downs lately, but it's been a roller coaster ride. You know, being a Panther fan or any fan of anything because I like the Clippers. I like the Cubs. The reason I like the Cubs is for certain things my family members did to me when I wore Dodger memorabilia. I would get my ass kicked, so I said, "Fuck this!" I took it off. They stopped, plain and simple. So fuck Dodger fans, or to that extent, some of my family members suck on a dick. You know, sorry, the Cubs fan. Yep, love me or hate me, whatever. But here's the thing. I might have to become a Dodgers fan because my son likes the Dodgers. I guess you know, my son's uncle, my brother, bought him some stuff and Dodger jerseys and things, indoctrinated him in such a way that he really does like the Dodgers. And my wife's friends too. They're all Dodger fans, and they would buy little gifts here and there, knickknacks. So he's a Dodger fan. Yay. Hmm. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, that was my Sunday experience and my sports history regarding certain teams that I like and follow. I guess I'll go into great detail with them with like maybe another person. Maybe I gotta do like I gotta have like a host or have like a co-host with me and just shoot the shit in regards to that type of stuff because I really like talking about sports, gaming, movies, things of that nature. So yeah, and then what else? What was my week was great. Got to spend time with my son playing Roblox. Uh, that game's been out for quite a while, so he's into it. He's starting to get into gaming. I don't want to discourage him or what he does, and I'm trying to figure out what we do in that game. But there's a bunch of mini games, and you can be a skateboarder, uh, jumping all these obstacle courses, or just uh, being a sprunky, which is pretty cool. I like the little designs. So he's got to be into what my son plays because I again don't want to discourage him. Don't want to say like, hey, that's dumb. Because I've had that happen to me in the past where uh, again keyword family uh, they're supposed to be there for you, but no, half of them uh, say what I was into was stupid. There is no way you can make money off of that. I used to be very very huge in learning MK3 ultimate MK3 combos, fatalities, anything you name it, like that. But then little by little, it was just kind of torn apart by family, immediate family. I used to love playing Marvel versus Capcom 2, not only on the arcades. I'm that old. Went to down in LA near LACC to Family Arcade and played the shit out of those versus games. Really, really good. When they got over to consoles on the Dreamcast, went over to a cousin's house and they had the system, I believe, or did we take our Dreamcast? I want to say that they had the Dreamcast. Um, I won 10 in a row, uh, soundly. My brother gets near my ear and he goes, "Hey, you got to let them win," and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, they got to get good. I never heard that expression. It was a fighting game community kind of thing, get good. But I just told my brother, they got to get good. And it's like, no, blah, blah, blah. It's just, there was no encouragement within. And I always found a lot of encouragement outside the realm of my family because I used to go to E3 when I was working at Toys R Us. So we got a free pass. I just had to tell them I was working in the industry when I was working at the R Zone. And I would go to um, set E3s. I went 3 years in a row. First year was awesome. They had Guilty Gear Carnival, Midnight Carnival too, and I was still am a big Millia Rage fan. And I remember going to the booth, trying out the game. Dude, this one guy, people did not want to play against him, and I don't know why. Maybe they were intimidated. I mean, it's not for nothing. Like this guy was like maybe 5'11", maybe 6 feet tall, big, big, buff black dude. I'm just like, hey man, let's just play. We got something in common. He kept taking me to my limit, and I kept losing. But he just kept saying, "Practice. You're very good with this character," and he was giving me insights on what to do, what not to do, how to play against Soul Bad Guy because that's the character he was using, his strengths and weaknesses. I was able to get 1 round, 2 rounds, not 2 rounds I should say, but just 1 round each matchup. We fought each other like maybe 10 times, and out of those 10 times, I lost, and I lost big time because I had a digital camera and somebody broke into my car and stole my fucking camera. But besides the point. Thing was that he just kept encouraging me to get better at the game, and when the game came out, bought it on Xbox, original Xbox, that big hunk of shitty fucking hardware, um, and with the fucking Duke controller. I played the shit out of that game, and I got really good with almost everybody. But as you get older and priorities change, you tend to forget how to play the characters. But muscle memory is always there. I have Guilty Gear Strive, and it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's a great game. Odd characters. I haven't gone into that series in such a long time, and when the game came out, I'm like, hey, let me pick this up. Let me see what it's all about. Uh, Never look back. It's just an amazing game. But yeah, you know, that's the thing. You want to find things that make you happy. Playing video games for me makes me 100% happy. What the fuck was I talking? My fucking concentration. But anyways, um, yeah. When I think I just went on a fucking rant there, but that's fine. Um, but yeah, uh, family, dude. They can support you in so many different ways, and they can hurt you in so many different ways. But look at it now. Gaming has come a long way. People make money. I think that's what people care about so much is making money. I just want you guys to fucking like this, share this, and I'm gonna need a co-host because I feel like I need to vibe with someone. Uh, 'Cause just talking alone, I tend to go on a rant. I need somebody to fucking keep me on check, just being real, being 100. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see where it goes. And I did have a great Thanksgiving with my family, my wife's family, and son enjoyed his food. I did too. Like I said earlier, like turkey was a little bit dry. Um, but other than that, just playing video games with my son, uh, great feeling. I don't want to discourage him. I honestly don't because I don't want him to go through what I went through, um, thinking, "Hey, I'm really good at this," but people who don't understand it can be very negative. And I felt like my parents were very, very negative in that retrospect. But everything else, they've been very positive. But I just think in regards to my hobby, trying to transition that into a possible career choice, they didn't see it, um, and that kind of hurt me more than anything else because, as I mentioned, there's a fighting game community out there. There's tournaments. Try out your local tournaments uh, if you want to know if you're really good in a certain sense, and just see where you measure up. Um, I will say this: I did go to a Madden tournament. Did not end well. I believe I think it was Madden 2002. So if it was 2002, I was about 20, I want to say, give or take, 2021. It was down in Santa Monica Pier. Um, Year could be wrong. Um, because I believe I want to say it was the last Madden tournament they had before E3. Down there in the pier, and played against a 8-year old. Just lost, hands down, lost terribly. I lost 56-0, and it was only like one quarter in. He found this glitch where you kick off, hit the guy in the right spot, knocks the ball loose. I think that's the introduction of the hit stick. I'm not sure. I forgot. It's been a while. If memory serves me correct, he just owned me. just hands down, I'm just like, "Holy shit, this is how I probably made my cousins feel," you know? But, at the same time, it was a good learning lesson. It's like, "Okay, I'm not there yet, but I want to be." But then again, priorities and everything else changes, and I just said, "You know what? No, I, uh, I can beat my friends. I can beat my friends and family. I can do that." But, this was on a way different level. He probably had, tons and tons of hours of practice, experience, and just kind of logging, cataloging, remembering what to do, what not to do. So it's all strategy, man. It's all strategy. And I just felt I didn't have that. After that, I was just somewhat discouraged. But I still played fighting games. I just didn't know that, uh, again, going back and referencing local tournaments. I want to say if it was in Cerritos or in where they had the Wednesday night fights. Ron, James, and I, we went to one of those on a Wednesday, and it was pretty cool. Um, God damn, where the hell was it? Because this was when Xbox One came out, the Xbox One, and Killer Instinct uh, was one of the staples of the launch. And I was playing Saberwolf. I caught the eye of somebody there, and they said, "Hey, you're really good. You should really stream the game." Uh, I just told him I just do it for fun, and you know, not to toot my own horn or knock on wood, but nobody was able to beat me that night. They didn't broadcast or anything. It was just like I was just having fun. I would think it was just that, just enjoying myself and just kind of muscle memory with the original Killer Instinct. So that was a lot of fun. But true story. If he's listening, or if not, that's cool. Um, when I was working at Universal at a toll booth, I had told this friend of mine, Marlon Ordonez. Sorry, I'm using your full name because I need to know that, and people need to know it's fucking real. Um, I told him to get into Killer Instinct, and we were playing online. Uh, in the beginning, I didn't hold back, I should say, and I don't want to say I wiped the floor with him. I was just, uh, I introduced him in what fighting games can be. Not only can they be a little bit frustrating in the beginning, but they can be a lot of fun when you put your time and effort into them, learning every character's move, anticipation, combo breakers, autos, manuals, and man, there was a time where I had to transfer out due to uh, due to an issue with an employee there. That'll be hopefully that'll be touched on another subject topic, which I really don't want to get into. But long story short, he continued, and he got extremely, extremely good at that game. Where when I left the department where I was at with him, he continued playing, and he made it into Evo, signed up for Evo 1 year. I think it was in 2016, 2017, and he almost made it. I think it was top 10. And again, I want to say the year after that, he managed to get like another top 10. Um, and I'm just happy for him. So Stilo LA 323. I think it's Stilo LA underscore 323. Go ahead and follow his stuff. Amazing player for Killer Instinct. I'm not gonna take credit like, oh, I made him. No, no, he made himself, and that's the thing. It's just I opened the door and he walked right on through, and he fucking broke some windows, broke some furniture, lit the house on fucking fire because he is an amazing fucking player for Killer Instinct. And Mortal Kombat 1, the one after 11, not the original Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, well, you'll understand. Yeah, if you know, you know. But yeah, he's man. He is on a different level, and I'm just proud. I'm not, again, not taking any credit. It's great to see him. It's great to see other people do great and amazing things, and it's always about showing somebody the door and just encouraging them, just being there. And I couldn't be there. That's why, hey, even if I was there for the entire thing, I'm still not going to take credit. He got himself to where he's at, and that's the important thing. So if you have family members or anything, whatever their interests are, do not put them down. They could be the next big thing or not, but just be the pillar for them to pick them up when they're down. And I think that's what we need. And with that, I am going to end this. I think I went on a long ass freaking rant, but that's fine. That's just who I am. I think it came full circle. Uh, but yeah, I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving at the time of this recording and posting. It has been a fun week for me, spending a lot of time with my wife, my son, and family, my beautiful wife. And I will be hanging out. So, with that, do good, be good, do no harm to others. I am out.